skipping the countdown timer today, guys. Going wild. All right, so welcome to Morning Tea with me. Yes, the morning is kind of late, but I'm still having tea. Of course, I have tea all day long, so I guess whatever. Morning Tea with me. So we have a one-card collective reading for you today. And then we're going to talk about the Fool card. So those that are learning tarot, you will most likely really enjoy this particular discussion. So we're not going to be here super duper long, but let's do our reading first. Jaysha did readings the other day, and so cards are all over the place. See what our Soul Truth card is for today. Now remember, no matter when you find this reading, even after the fact of the live, the reading still applies to you in that moment. All right, today's Soul Truth card. Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Today's soul action. Today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart. Take a breath and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. I love this card. This is amazing. Good morning, Hannah Mori. Well, afternoon for you, I guess, still. We're all going through something. Every single person on the planet is going through something. Are you focusing on what you're losing, or are you focusing on what you're gaining? Today, let's change our focus onto what we're gaining. There is always a nugget of sugar in the mess of bad stuff that's going on. So there's always something sweet in the middle of something terrible. Focus on the sweet things. All right. Now, collective reading is finished. We're going to talk about the Fool card today. Exactly. Always try and find the silver lining. So I'm going to pull my Fool cards out of a couple of my different decks. And so those that are new to learning how to read tarot, the Fool card is card number 0. It is the very first card in the Major Arcana. And it's a spectacular card. It can tell you so much of what's going on. Good morning, Kiss. How are you? I just finished the collective reading, so if you want to rewind just a bit and get that. Right now I'm pulling out the Fool cards out of a couple of my decks so that we can talk about the Fool card. This card's kind of sort of focused for those that are just learning tarot. I don't know if you guys saw my very first in the series for Tarot 101. There is more to come, but I do want to kind of talk about them live. Where is my Fool card? There it is. You know, I think we all have Hannah Mori at some point in our life identified with the Fool card, because there's so many different aspects to it. first of all, it's called the Fool, but really is what we think of as the fool, the person that doesn't know anything, that's ignorant. Is that person really truly ignorant, or are they ignoring what they know? Is the fool really just a wise person in disguise? Is the fool just trying to capture their inner child? Pull one more Fool out, and then I'll show you guys the different ones that I've got. Yes, sometimes we're meant to be the fool for others. Because then, when somebody else reaches out to help us learn something, they're actually learning the lesson even deeper than they knew before. So occasionally, we have to act the fool to help strengthen somebody else's knowledge in what they don't realize that they already know. I think I might have passed it in this one. There it is. And make sure. All right, so I'm going to grab Danielle's book and just make sure, because I think her Fool card is called Awakening, which speaks volumes as well. So give me 2 seconds. Ah, Starseed. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. It's not Awakening, it's Starseed. Gotta go back through them. That's okay. I love these cards. So you'll notice when I show you Danielle's card, Danielle Knoll, my favorite tarot artist, hers are slightly different than the normal Rider-Waite style, but if you really look at it, the imagery speaks a lot of the same messages, and you find that a lot with all the more close to Rider-Waite style decks. They may not be exactly the same, but they will be closely related. So here is 4 different Fool cards for you, okay? So here's our standard Rider-Waite. You see the guy on the edge of the cliff with the little doggy and his little satchel, like he's set out on a journey. Yeah, exactly, Hannah Mori. Embracing innocence, the unknown. So you'll notice this card is very similar. Somebody, female in this case, out on a journey to the unknown, kind of on the edge of a cliff. But if you notice, she's got a ladder here that she could get down to the next level. So this is the Muse Tarot. This is the Light Seers Tarot. Again, very close to Rider-Waite in imagery, but notice the differences, subtle differences. So we have the Flower of Life down here. So life itself is the unknown. We have tools that we need in our crystals. And in this case, she has a walking stick with her. She kind of looks like she's leaning off into the unknown of life. And then check out Starseed. So Starseed is a non-traditional Rider-Waite. Okay? Dogs are barking. Not sure why. But again, you see sacred geometry. You see the energy. You can see her aura. And it just feels like the beginning of an awakening. So there are 4 different types, 4 different Fool cards, essentially, kind of, sort of, all saying the same message, but in a different way. So each deck speaks to the person reading it slightly differently. And depending on the energy you get from the people you're reading for, you get a different message out of each card. Now, when you're learning traditional Rider-Waite, they'll teach you things like what the colors mean and what the different symbols mean and so on and so forth. I like to read more intuitively. I do use the symbols and the colors, but for me personally, I go with what I'm drawn to and how that could symbolize a message for the person that is getting that particular reading. So this is the Fool card. 4 of my decks. Well, this one technically I gave to Jasha, so it's her deck now, but all right, so questions on the Fool. Or comments. Have you guys gotten a reading with a Fool that's given you something other than the Fool message? You know, like sometimes you'll get a reverse reading on the Fool, and generally, if a reader reads reverse cards, it means the opposite. Yeah, Hanamori, I think the negative aspect of the Fool, if you really want to call it negative, would just be, like you said, naivety. So, you know, just a ignorance. You know, it's just part of growing and learning. So, anyway, if you missed it at the very beginning, today's collective is what are you focusing on, loss or gain? Make sure you focus on the gain. Screenshot and take that with you for today whenever you're finding this card. And yeah, I'm going to get ready for work. You guys have a fantastic Thursday, and hopefully we can be here tomorrow for Tea and Tarot, or not Tea and Tarot, Speed Tarot. So yeah, we'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.